Hi everyone, welcome to an extra special video. So a little bit different from my normal format because I just wanted to show you this book. And two reasons I wanted to show you this book. One is because it's for charity and it's amazing. And the second reason is I'm in it. So let's get started. So this is the Background Bob and His Amazing Friends, Volume 3. So the third round of this collaborative art project. You may remember a year ago I put out a video where I did a piece, well, it was of Totoro from Studio Ghibli, and that was for this, so I'll link below the video for you to go back and watch the process of me making that. So yeah, it must have been about a year ago, and now the book is finally out. I received it last Friday, or Friday just gone, I should say. Yeah, Friday just gone, a couple of days ago. And there's also an exhibition. Excuse the strange angle on my hands, I'm standing up. There's an exhibition at First Sight Colchester. I'll leave the details for the gallery below so you can check that out if you want to go to it. But anyway, let's get on with the book. So this book has been put together with a collection of 250 artists who have all collaborated with Background Bob. So there's 250 pieces in here. So I'm not going to go into too much of the book because one, there's too much and I don't think it's very fair to show the entire book. So I'm just going to show you a few standout pieces of mine. But basically a little bit of a background, that the Background Bob art project started off in 2020 during lockdown, and has been raising money for the Colchester and Ipswich hospitals charity. I believe they've raised about £160,000 so far, and this is the third round, so it's really, really good, really worthwhile. The book's fabulous. So there's a little bit there. So Background Bob is this lovely lad Noah and his dad Nathan. So Noah paints the backgrounds, and the backgrounds get sent out to artists who then paint over the top of them, and then send them back. Eventually these pieces, although they're in a gallery at the moment and they're in this book, they will be auctioned off on eBay. So if you are interested in buying any of these pieces, I will put a link once they're available in my community tab, and there'll be a link on my Instagram when that time comes. So just a little bit there. Lovely piece here of Noah. This is by Marquis de Rabbit. Any artists that I mention I will link below. So yeah, so let's start off with, so you may know, if you are British and you're watching this, you may know of Phil Jupitus. He has done a piece here. I didn't know he made art, so that's quite cool to see that. Very interesting take. I love how he's exposed some of the all the pieces on cardboard, so yeah, he's exposed some of the cardboard beneath. So that looks really cool. So I'm going to take these post-it notes off as I go. Next piece I wanted to show you is this piece here. This is by a friend of mine over on Instagram, Georgette Newton. So that's at I can't even talk today. At Naptrapped Art. She does amazing illustrations and absolutely love her bees there. So go and check her out. Check everybody out that I mention. So where are we? So this down here, so obviously some awesome pieces, but this is by, look, Ed Sheeran. So Ed Sheeran's got a piece in there. So if you're a fan, you may appreciate that. Next piece I wanted to show you is this. I thought it was really interesting. At first glance, it looks like the paint strokes have been painted onto the girl's face, but I think it's some sort of image overlay. Regardless of how it's been made, it looks amazing. And that's by Zerin Drury. Absolutely love that piece. There's so many pieces of artwork in here, it was really hard to pick out. Some to show you without picking out too many, so I've tried to keep it minimal. Next we have, this is my piece obviously, but I was really pleased that I am next to this piece by Lee Henderson, as I am a huge Guardians of the Galaxy fan, and you should recognise the character. So Groot, who is without a doubt the best character in the franchise. And here is my Totoro piece. So yeah, I find it, just to talk a little bit about my own piece, not too much about the piece itself, but just how I feel about it. Like I kind of wish I'd done something else. I wasn't overly happy with this piece from the moment I put it in the post box, which is kind of strange. But you know, it's there. I'm just over the moon to be involved in this project, and yeah, and I feel like, I don't know, there's so many good artists in here. I kind of thinking, well, why am I in here myself? But I am. Yeah, I tried to leave as much of the background exposed as possible. But yeah, I don't really know what to say about it. It's Totoro, and if you were a fan of Studio Ghibli, you would have got that straight away. But yeah, there's so many names in this book and so many amazing artists. The kind of the imposter syndrome has definitely kicked in here. But not to talk about myself too much. If you want to see this piece, then I will link the video that I did it in below, so you can check that out. So next piece I'm picking out to specifically show you is this piece by Richard Berner. I've been following this artist for a really long time, and I think it's really interesting that all of his pieces are made up with these little figures. Very cool. I didn't realise he was part of the project, so it was great to open the book and see him in there. The next piece is by another friend of mine over on Instagram, Tommy Mulligan. So here's Tommy's piece. Tommy and I were part of the Posca Artist of the Year competition a couple of years back. We were both finalists. So yeah, lovely piece by him here. I'm not really sure how, you'd have to tell me, Tommy, is that Posca or is that acrylic paint? I'm not sure how he's painted that one there. And the next piece is by one of my favourite comedians and artists, Joe Lycett. So in case you don't know, Joe Lycett is a British comedian. He's hilarious and he does amazing artworks. Yeah, you should go check him out. But there's Joe's piece. And then finally, coming to this page, oh, I need to sit down. I know that's in frame. So it had somehow bypassed me that Grayson Perry was part of this project, because I'm a bit rubbish with Instagram sometimes and I miss stuff. But yeah, it was seeing that I was in the same book as Grayson Perry that really set off the imposter syndrome. So if you're into art, I'm sure you know who he is. Especially since he did the Grayson's Art Club during lockdown. So if you didn't know prior to lockdown, I'm sure you do now. I believe that was on Channel 4 or BBC. I can't remember which, but it was an incredible programme. But yeah, so there's Grayson Perry in there. And then lastly is just another amazing piece of Noah, and this is by Joe Chairman. So yeah, I'm going to link everybody that I've mentioned below anyway. So that's all the pieces I wanted to show you, and then just in the back is a little bit more information. So they did a schools project, so there's some info on that there. So the charity stuff, the eBay auction, as I say, I will put a link to that in my community chat. I just can't talk. My community tab when that auction is available. And then there's a little bit here about the exhibition. And if you would like to see the exhibition, there is the address. I'm going in a couple of weeks, and it is on until the 8th of October this year. And yeah, started on the 1st of April Fool's Day. But yeah, so it's a quite long exhibition, so check it out if you can. And then just like the thank yous at the back of the book. And I assume these are just other little bits, so a little bit about Ed Sheeran taking part. I'm assuming these are little notes that have been put in with some artworks and stuff. So yeah, and the index of all the artists. But yeah, thank you for sticking through the video. If you would like to buy this book, it is for charity, so I would urge you to, if you can afford. It's £20. All the money is going to the Colchester and Ipswich charity. I really should check the exact name of that charity. I was right, Colchester and Ipswich Hospitals charity. So yeah, all the proceeds from this book is going to that. Yeah, so it's an amazing book as well. It's very inspiring. I need to have a proper look at it because there is just so many beautiful artworks in here. And you know, there's 250 in here, and every single one is absolutely amazing. So please, if you can afford, check it out. Also, just go and check out and support the Background Bob Instagram page. Yeah, So that just leaves me to say all the artists I've mentioned are linked below. Background Bob is linked below. First Sight is linked below. And yeah, the link to the book is also there as well. So thank you for watching. I'll see you all again soon for another video. Bye.